Welcome. Today, we delve into the profound words of Micah 6:8. This verse is a cornerstone in the Bible, a beacon that guides us to the essence of what it means to live a godly life. It provides us with three key instructions: to do justice, to love kindness, and to walk humbly with our God. Now let's set the scene. Imagine a world where everyone lives by these principles. A society that champions justice, not just in the courtrooms, but in daily interactions. A community where kindness isn't an afterthought, but a way of life. And above all, a populace walking hand in hand with humility, acknowledging the presence of a divine power. These principles aren't just ancient wisdom, they're a roadmap to a fulfilled life even in our modern times. They're as relevant today as they were when first written in the scrolls. Now let's unpack the wisdom contained in this verse. First, do justice. What does this mean? It's a question we might all ponder. In the biblical sense, justice is a multifaceted concept, deeply rooted in the idea of righteousness and fairness. But it's more than just a passive state of being. It's an active commitment to uphold what is right and fair, to stand against what is wrong and unjust. It's about protecting the vulnerable, advocating for the marginalized, and ensuring equity for all. It's also about personal responsibility. Every action we take, every decision we make has the potential to either uphold justice or undermine it. So, we must be mindful in our daily lives to act in ways that promote justice. But biblical justice also extends beyond personal conduct. It involves societal responsibility as well. It's about working together to build communities, societies, and a world that is fair and just for everyone. Justice, then, is not only about fairness but also about active engagement in creating a just world. Next, the verse calls us to love kindness. What a beautiful sentiment. In the context of the Bible, kindness is not just a virtue, it's a commandment. It's a way of living that reflects the love and compassion at the heart of Christ's teachings. But what does it mean to love kindness? It's more than just being nice. It means actively seeking opportunities to be gentle, to show empathy, to lend a helping hand. It's about recognizing the inherent value and dignity in each person and treating them with the respect they deserve. Kindness has a transformative power. It can turn a stranger into a friend, a foe into an ally. It can mend broken relationships and heal wounded hearts. It can spark a chain reaction of goodness that uplifts entire communities. Loving kindness, therefore, means fostering a heart that seeks to bring joy and comfort to others. Finally, we're urged to walk humbly with your God. Humility is a central theme throughout the Bible, often presented as the key to developing a more intimate relationship with God. It's about setting aside our ego and pride, recognizing that we're not the center of the universe. It's about being open to the wisdom and guidance that God provides and being willing to follow His lead. So how can we cultivate humility in our daily lives? Well, it starts with self-reflection. Acknowledge your strengths, but also your limitations. Understand that no one is perfect, and we all have room for growth. Next, practice gratitude. Recognize the many blessings in your life and give thanks for them. And most importantly, seek God's guidance. Pray, meditate, and spend time in His Word. Walking humbly with God, then, is about acknowledging our limitations and recognizing the divine guidance in our lives. To sum up, Micah 6:8 presents a timeless guide for living. This profound verse, nestled in the heart of the Old Testament, distills the essence of a righteous life into three simple yet deeply profound principles: doing justice, loving kindness, and walking humbly with God. Let's recap. Doing justice, the first principle, calls us to take a stand for what's right, to be a voice for the voiceless, and to uphold fairness and equality in our daily interactions. Loving kindness, the second principle, encourages us to show compassion, empathy, and love to all, without exception. And walking humbly with God, the final principle, reminds us to keep our hearts and minds aligned with God's will, acknowledging our own limitations and His supreme authority. I encourage you to reflect on these teachings. Look for ways to apply them in your life, to make them a part of your daily routine. In embracing these principles, we can strive to fulfill the Lord's requirements as outlined in Micah 6:8. Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, may you do justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God.